Hey everyone, my name is Olga and today we'll be learning a really interesting poem. So let's dive in.
Have you ever visited a building or a monument, one that was built by someone great and powerful from history, and wondered why they built it and how they wanted it to be remembered? Power, glory, legacy. What if I told you that no matter how mighty you are, time will eventually make you, well, just another dusty relic? That's what something similar we're looking at in today's poem, Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley. Honestly, the title of this poem sounds like some sort of product that would be used to take a stain out of a carpet.
And this isn't some wild action movie villain either, though I admit it does sound like that.
But rather, Ozymandias is the title of one of the most profound and fascinating poems written in English literature. So, join me today in this video as we'll be going about and learning about its central message, context, important themes, and gain a deeper understanding of the poem and see what it teaches us. Listen along as I recite the poem now. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, and the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear: My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing besides remain round the decay of that colossal wreck. Boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away." So that was the recitation of Ozymandias, a powerful sonnet written by Percy Bysshe Shelley. So let us get to know a little bit more about Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley, also known as P.B. Shelley, was one of the most highly regarded and influential poets of the 19th century. He was born on 4th August 1792 in Horsham, England. Shelley's life was marked by his rebellious spirit and his quest for social justice. He was a passionate advocate for political and social reform. Shelley is best known for his lyrical and philosophical poetry, and his works often explore themes of nature, imagination, and the human spirit. Thus, he was a romantic poet. Some of his most renowned works include Ode to West Wind, To a Skylark, Ozymandias, and Prometheus Unbound. Further on, let us now learn about the poem. As we know, Shelley being a romantic poet, and as you know, in romantic poetry there are many conventions. But the one which was key to Ozymandias is that romantic poets disliked imposed control by those in power. P.B. Shelley had a great dislike of the monarchy at the time, who was King George III, and he was the king when this poem was written. And Shelley also disliked religion. Both were key themes in Shelley's writings. Ozymandias was actually the Greek name for Ramesses II, a pharaoh who ruled ancient Egypt. He was one of the most powerful rulers of his time, and like many leaders, he believed his empire would last forever. When Shelley wrote this poem in 1818, he was inspired by the discovery of one of Ramesses' statues in the Egyptian desert. So, what do you think? What message does this poem convey? As we've seen, the poem tells the tale of a traveler who encounters a shattered statue in the desert, and this statue once depicted a powerful king whose name was Ozymandias, who boasted, "Look on my mighty works, ye mighty, and despair." However, the statue is now broken and eroded, and the only words that remain are, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair." The imagery of this poem is very significant, and it also plays an important role, and it reminds us that the impermanence of human power and glory eventually fade away, and that even the greatest empires and individuals are ultimately subject to the ravages of time and the forces of nature. The statue, once a symbol of Ozymandias' might and arrogance, is now a mere fragment, a testament of the futility of his ambitions. So we see how the themes of human ambition, the impermanence of power, and the fleeting nature of human power that the poem is centered around. The poem's imagery of the shattered visage and the crumbling inscription emphasizes the impermanence of human achievements. And the statue, now which is weathered and broken, stands as a stark reminder of the inevitable decay of even the most powerful empires. Thus, the poem teaches us and makes us understand that the transients of power are ultimately subject to fading and eroding over time. Everything will eventually end. And we can see how Shelley's sonnet paints a picture of one of these grand statues, but with a twist. Instead of standing tall in glory, it's basically wrecked.